Hi YouTube, this is Matt McIntosh, and in this video I'm going to progress on with the decimated head that I'd shown you in a previous video. I've imported it into 3ds Max as a simple OBJ, and what I'm going to do with this is show you how you can use 3ds Max tools to actually do some retopology. So I've got this in as an edit poly tool, which is quite important. The next thing that I want to do is go to freeform on the counter here that I've got, or this ribboned area. If I double click, what will happen is it will expand it out so that I can then start kind of building stuff on top of this surface. Now, as we can see, because I've got this object selected, I can see all of its wireframe, which makes it difficult for actually working with it in this sort of format. So what I want to do, and also because the model is scaling in and out, and I should have exported out of ZBrush at a much larger scale, just for this purpose I'm going to increase the size of it. But normally don't increase any model with scale, don't move it, don't do anything whereby it's going to change its appearance. I'm only doing this for the example, so I'm going to increase this up to 1000%. so that I've got a much more kind of stable view of that model, and I can zoom in and out a lot easier. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to add in a polyplane at the side of the model. And this is just so that I can work on this model, see its wireframe, but I'm not fighting against all the other faces. So if I go into Edit Poly, the freeform options come up, and I can go, right, okay, what I want to do is draw topology, but instead of it being on a grid, I want to pick it on a surface. And I can say, okay, pick that surface. And now I can actually say, right, I want to draw topology over the top of this surface. And it is as simple as drawing lines over your object. And then once you start going the opposite way, or the perpendicular way, you've got to ensure that your lines cross the ones that you've already put down. It will start creating topology for you. Now, if you're finding that those lines aren't where you want them to be, you can use the Alt key to draw over the top of them, or click on them, Control key, sorry, and that will get rid of them. If you press a line and you want it to actually continue drawing on from it, just hover near the end of the line and then press shift, and it will allow you to continue drawing. So let's say that this is exactly what I'm after. All I need to do is press W on my keyboard, and as we can see, that converts it to geometry. Now, because I've got a method or a mesh that I can work with here, I no longer need this, so I can delete that out. However, at this moment in time, I think that this stuff is stuck to the surface a bit too closely. So what I'm going to do is just delete that off. I'm going to go back to my topology tool, but before I do anything, I'm just going to use this offset tool to pop it out a little bit. So if I start drawing the topology again, what we should see is that the lines are a little bit further away from the skin of the character, and when I start drawing over this, I should get clear topology sticking out over the top of it. Okay, so I just need to zoom in on this bit so that I can continue that line. And there we go. That has now kind of worked a lot better. So yeah, if I press W, it converts it to a mesh, and because you've got the access to the Edit Poly tools, you can either extrude edges and it will stick onto this surface. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you can use the Conform Tools and things like that to make it actually stick to your character's surface. So I'd use these tools if you're using 3ds Max to do retopology. Hope that's of use. If you're liking the video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and keep an eye out for future updates. Thanks for watching.